Hey my you ladies and my you gents, I'm StevenTocher, and on today's Thoughtful Thursday I want to talk to you about posture. Now I'm watching my favorite TV show right here, which is the Aquarium channel, and as you can see I'm kind of naturally looking up at the screen. And the reason for that is because we have purposely put the screen up around 3 or 4 feet higher than it would naturally sit in most TV shows or most settings. I really like the idea of the fireplace, putting it over top of a mantelpiece or whatever it might be, because this naturally brings my body back. Because even if I'm watching TV like this and I was to look down at the screen that is around head level sitting down, I'm naturally going to slowly start slouching, or I'm going to kind of pull back a little bit. But having the TV screen up here, even if I'm in a situation where I'm kind of feeling really tired, I'm still going to have to pull my body up a little bit, which helps a little bit with the posture. And so what I want to do today is not only with the positioning of the TV do I want to talk about how you can rebuild your posture, but different ways or different steps that you can help yourself even at your computer chair. And the first step is a pillow. Now, depending on the size of your chair, your body type, and all that jazz, different pillows are going to work for different things. Now, if you have this is a very rough chair to be sitting on. If you have a chair that has no real back to it, you need that lumbar support, okay, which is the bottom cleft of your back here, using a big pillow is going to start you off in the right direction. Because when you sit back in it naturally, okay, it's going to push back beyond the seat here, and it's actually going to give you support in multiple areas, and it's going to force your body to pull back a little bit. And that's the first thing you want, is you want your butt to kind of be into the seat, and you want your lumbar to be kind of protruding a little bit out, which for the most part you'll start to, when you come back, pull in your tummy a little bit. And that's one thing you want to do consistently throughout the days. Flex your tummy or just hold your tummy in a little bit tighter. That's really going to help out your body. The second thing you want to do is you want to plant your feet properly, okay? Now, in planting your feet properly, I don't mean just, like kind of slouching forward or getting good grip or a wide stance. What you really want to do is you want to kind of get at a nice 90-degree angle with your legs, and you want to make sure that your heel is like, taking a stance here, and you want to make sure that it's like, you're in a good locked position, and that's really going to help the lower part of your body to keep the upper part of your body pushed up. And whether you can believe this or not, you're actually going to burn a few more calories just by holding proper posture all the time. The next step I want you to think about or do is I want you to pull your shoulders back. Now, in a moment, I'm actually going to show you ways that you can improve walking around, going shopping, or even going to the gym. But for now, we're in a sitting position, so let's even just talk about how we're driving. So we pull our shoulders back. We want to look to the windshield, or like I said before, at the TV. And you should be looking, as a driver, 2 to 3, even 4 cars ahead of you if you can. So you don't want to be in a position like this. You want to have a pullback. And there's many products out there that are going to support your lumbar properly, going to push you out while still making your chest and your frame nice and relaxed as well. It's just a natural support that helps you in a society where we sit way too much. I was actually just talking to a young man who was from Eastern Europe, and he was just telling me about how he never even really saw a car very often. He was just walking everywhere, and that's how a lot of people stay fit. Because from a young age, they're walking properly, they're not having posture issues, which again, I'll get to in a moment. So now we've pulled our chest back. The last thing we really want to focus on is whether we're holding on to the steering wheel or we're sitting down. We want to make sure that our eyes aren't doing most of the work. So we aren't like pulled back here, like say we're in a recliner and we're pulling back like this, or we're looking down here and we're popping our eyes up, because, in a culture, again, where we have laptops all the time, where we have our smartphones, our video gaming, we're looking down and we're causing this curvature of the back, which I had for about 26 years, and I'm just breaking out of the mold by exercising and walking properly and holding proper posture. I don't want to have an extremely hunched over back, and I'm telling you, I honestly feel in the bottom of my heart that we're going to have an epidemic in 20 or 30 years from the amount of posture problems that the youth, the young adults, the millenniums, as well as you can even see it with the baby boomers, they're having that issue as well. It's going to be really big in the next 20 to 30 years. So keeping proper posture is humongous. So what you want to do in this scenario, and this is something I've learned from my physiotherapist when I got into my accident, is you don't want to wrench your neck back, you don't want to go down too far. What you want to do is you want to just kind of pull your neck back a little bit. You know, it should be now aligned like the back of your head to your shoulders here, again depending on the size of your shoulders and the size of your back here. And what you want to be able to kind of think and feel is that you can kind of pinch a pencil with your shoulder blades in the back, and you just want, once you're in that position and once you're doing that, then what you want to do is you kind of just want to get your head to kind of rest naturally in that little position here. You don't want to go too low or too high, and that's going to build the right muscles around your neck. And if you see people with proper posture, they're all, you know, especially if you look at guys who are in the army, where posture is so key, and they want to keep that for so many different levels and for so many different things. Just, you know, their heads aren't all over the place. They're very straight, very forward, and that keeps you awake and alert, and that really helps with driving. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk to you about now is how you can just fix your posture in general from day to day. So I'm going to stand back here, and I have two markers in my hand. Now you can use your thumbs if you'd like, if obviously, you know, you're just at the supermarket or whatever, you don't have two pencils or markers or anything like that. And what you're going to do is you're just going to take your hands with the two markers or with your thumbs like straight out, so it'd be the same way, and just drop them at your sides. Now you can see I still have a problem, and you may ask yourself, okay, what problem is that? Well, what happens is my thumbs are actually turned in. What I want, and you're going to see, watch my shoulder blades, I want my thumbs to be out here. So I go from here to here. And when I do that, I go to here, okay? You're going to see the turn here. When I go to here, I'm actually naturally pulling and pinching my back together like this. And this is really going to help out at the gym with the workouts. So when I'm going for my walk in the morning, okay, I'm walking, I was usually like this before swinging. Now I've pulled my arms back, or if I get really tired, I'll cause that lumbar action here by going in behind, grabbing my other arm, turning this arm out, and I'm naturally pushing my chest out and pulling my shoulders back, putting my rotator cuffs back, and I'm building proper posture. I'm putting my neck in that nice little relaxed area, and I'm building proper posture. Now, my body is not the greatest to look at when it comes to posture, so, you know, if you can go talk to a doctor, a personal trainer, or even someone from the Army, chances are you'll be able to see a proper person standing in posture. But this is the best I've got so far, and I promise you I'm going to keep working on it. Now, last but not least, when you're in the gym, a lot of people, when they go, to do, like, for instance, a deadlift, or they're just lifting up something heavy in general, you know, they usually go over top of the bar. What I would like you to try, especially if you have posture issues like myself, is to go for the underneath approach. So you see, if I'm here, my chest and my shoulders are kind of still forward. But when I go to the under, approach, which is usually the newbie way of going, especially for the deadlift, you come in from the bottom here, and your grip might not be as strong, but what ends up happening is you're naturally popping your chest out, and again, I go from here to here, okay, even if I locked it in here to here, what ends up happening is you can see my back is getting better posture. I'm starting to build those nice muscles that are going to pull my cage back and prevent my body from leaning forward too much in this culture that consistently kind of pulls us down, physically, mentally, spiritually, and especially pulls us down with those smart devices that a lot of us use consistently. So, with all that being said, I hope you've gleaned something out of this video. If you have a comment or question, or what you think I'm saying is complete nonsense, drop it in the comment section below. If you want to check out my blog, my website, or anything that pertains to this video, you'll see that in the description. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a wonderful day, evening, morning, or night. God bless. Oh yeah, and if you like what I'm doing, please tweet, tumble, like, share, thumbs up, plus, pin, or do whatever you do, and please subscribe.